Maybe it was a dream you always had or an idea to achieve something special. Maybe you're just starting out with a few part-time shoots, or have a goal of starting your own business or traveling the world to capture whatever you find amazing. The reality is, it only takes one misstep to completely unravel everything you've worked for and take you right back to the place you started. And no matter how many videos I've watched on how much to charge or the gear I should buy, they never seem to satisfy my questions. I think that over the years, I've learned a couple of principles that have helped me out. But when I first started, I started shooting wedding videography, and there were a couple things that I did wrong that ended up me having to basically close up shop and kind of go out of business. I mean, it was just a part-time thing, but I had to stop shooting for a couple years because there were a couple things that I did wrong. And so no matter how many times I hear this question try to be answered, I think these principles that I want to talk to you about are going to help you along the journey and hopefully make it and stop making some of the same mistakes that I did. Number one is you're probably not estimating the cost of growth. And for me as a wedding videographer, this meant, I picked up this shiny new camera when I first started out, and then later the XL1. And these were like status symbols back then. It was awesome. I had this and I thought I was good to go for years and everything would be good. And about a year or two into it, guess what? HD came along, and I was getting higher end clients that wanted HD. And then not only did I need to upgrade my cameras, I needed to upgrade my computer, my storage needs, all this stuff just to get the type of clients and work that I was looking for. And so I was not estimating that cost of growth. And honestly, the best explanation I've heard for this is from one of my favorite shows, The Office.
How much can we afford to pay a delivery guy?
Well, if these numbers you gave me are correct.
They are correct, sir.
Then you can't afford to pay him anything. As you sell more paper and your company grows, so will your costs. At these prices, the more paper you sell, the less money you'll make.
Our prices are the only thing keeping us in business.
They're actually putting you out of business.
So I literally could not afford the cost of upgrading all of my gear, and I had to exit the market for a couple years. And I don't know, maybe I just needed to see a little bit more of The Office a couple of years earlier, but this was a principle that really could have helped me out. So while we're on the subject of business, I'm sure you guys need a website, and I've actually been using Wix for a couple of years, and thankfully they have actually sponsored this video. But there are a couple of reasons that I've really been using them, and one is, sure, you can start out with templates, they have hundreds available, but I love being able to customize things. They just have so much creative freedom and design options. And then the features we need, like Pro and galleries and video, and then being able to book my clients straight off the website with calendars, and even being able to take payments straight from it. These are all big features of Wix. So for me, this is my main website for a photography company, and so being able to add these galleries and have video files on there as well as my bookings, these are just features that are amazing to me. I have so much customization here, so I can move everything around exactly the way I want it. And it's just been an awesome way for me to interact with my clients and to book clients and to keep them coming back to my site. Hosting is completely free if you guys want to get started with that. You can go with their premium plans for $11 a month. I've got their e-commerce business plans, and it works so well for me. So go check them out. What you need to do is go to the description below, or you can go to wix.com/go/Dan Watson and get started right away. I've been using them for years, so go check them out. It's well worth it. Number two is we're probably not estimating the true cost of doing business. And even if you think you are, there's a couple scenarios you probably haven't thought of yet. And yes, we probably got that $50 an hour job or whatever it is for you and thought, man, we're killing it. Our hourly rate is great. And then we started factoring in how much time we spent getting ready for it, getting home, packing up equipment, all that kind of stuff. And it's just not really the cost that we thought it was. Plus, you start factoring in like Adobe and cloud storage and all that kind of stuff, all these subscription programs, and man, that stuff really keeps adding up. And yes, you probably remembered that, hey, I got that lens, I'm going to factor that into my business cost. However, did you estimate the cost of that lens that fell right out of your bag and dropped on the floor and smashed into pieces all over the place? Or maybe that time that you got home and you were checking your bags and you realized, I'm missing one, and it contained another really valuable item or camera or something like that that you left out there. These are situations that really do happen out in the field, and we call them the costs of doing business. So yes, you not only need to estimate those costs of things that you know you're going to need, but what happens when these situations come up and you lose cameras, break gear, all that kind of stuff? Are you going to be able to afford to rebuy all that gear and make sure you keep shooting and still are in business at the end of the day? Number 3 is we got to realize that we can't always do business 365 days a year, especially in this kind of creative business. So yes, you might have that really cool job that's $500 a day or a couple $1,000s for a wedding, but can you keep that up 50 weeks in a year? And the answer is probably no. I mean, no matter how many weddings I get, I still seem to have days that don't get booked and other days that get triple booked, and I can't fulfill those. So what do? You need to know that you can't work every day, and so you need to either raise your prices to compensate for that or find ways of dealing with those days where you have nothing to do. What else can you do during those times to make money? Can it be YouTube videos? Can you be selling some stuff, working on your websites from Wix, whatever it is and whatever it takes to be able to use that time to get some new jobs. So if you have some empty time, work on advertising, work on your websites, that kind of thing. And if you have too many jobs, look for ways of maybe outsourcing like your image editing or something like that. There might be ways of doing that so you can take more jobs during the busy times and then have something to do during those empty times. But the reality is we just can't work 365 days a year no matter how hard we try or how much we want to. So another thing that's easy to get lost is don't forget to market, and you will not find any big business that is failing in this area. I mean, they always remember to market, but for most of us, it's just something that is an extra cost. Now, there's a couple reasons to market, and I'm not a marketing guy, so I'm not the person for that. However, every big business does it, and they do it for a good reason. So if you are not spending 5 to 10% of your budget on marketing, and hopefully effective marketing, work on ways that are using your resources and getting you business, and if not, maybe hire somebody to do it for you. But you should be investing in marketing for 2 reasons. One is to get jobs, but the other is just for brand awareness, brand growth, just branding in general, getting people to know who you are and what you can do. So yeah, there are times that you're probably going to need to open up that marketing budget and take out some money and let people know who you are and what you can do. So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Have you gone out of business before? What have those pitfalls been? I'm down there. I'm going to answer your comments right now. So yeah, hopefully you can avoid some of the things that have cost me some of my video jobs in the past. Somehow I kept this. I'm not sure how. I think this was just basically worthless, so I kept it as a souvenir, but I don't know. You guys remember this thing? Let me know. So yeah, I'll be hanging out in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate a like and subscribe if this is something that you're interested in. Let me know some video topics that might be cool for you, and I'll see you guys real soon.